My name, Terry Johnson. I go by the artist handle Brotha Johnson. Um, I was born in Sumter, South Carolina, February 5th, 1981, to Merlene Johnson. She was a single parent to two sons, me and my younger brother. So, of course, growing up in the hood, I immediately got habits. Started smoking cigarettes, started smoking weed, started drinking alcohol, started having sex. So all of these things started at a young age, and they defined who I was because I was trying to fit in with whoever was around me. So therefore, I often say I was like a chameleon. I would try to image myself into whatever checkpoints you had for me to make me seem like I was cool with you, and it didn't help. My mom put me in Reach drama early on to try to keep me out of the streets. All that did was teach me how to act even more conspicuous with whatever I was doing. So as I get older, my story has a lot of points to it. If you're interested in the details in depth of my story, I beg you to follow me on Instagram. I'll link it to this here. I have a series, Why Rap. I'm going in depth into my story, so you follow that and you'll be able to get all the points of my story. But I'm just going to hit on a few key points here. Military, I'll go AWOL. I'm kind of trapped in Alaska, running around, meet a girl, get her pregnant, have a son out of wedlock. Come back home, no longer have communication with the girl, so life starts going on this downward spiral, man. And then, I meet my wife now, but she wasn't my wife then when we met, and when we met, it was just like we were drawn together by lust. And so to make a long story short, once I came to that point of, is this my life? All we do every day is drink and fight. All I want to do is be away from you, because when we get together, we're fighting, and man, we're always struggling. We don't have no money. We're always needing help with our finances. And I was like, is this life? And I started asking those questions. And so we had attempted to go and get into the Bible ourselves, but then it was like, we don't understand it. So started going to church, and I started getting convicted from what the pastor is preaching, The things he's coming out of the Bible with started hitting me in my gut, because it's like, I don't live this way. When I leave here, I'm living this other life. And a little while into going to church, I have a divine encounter where God intervened into my life and showed me that he was real. And by this, I knew that I was chosen for the walk that I'm on. So no matter what I might encounter, my entire trajectory is pointed towards God. It's pointed towards kingdom building. So this divine encounter happened. Me and my girlfriend, we're getting drunk. We get a case of the Bud Light, and we're drinking on that. My brother's having a little issue with his baby mama, so he comes and scoops me up, and we're smoking some weed. And I get high, and my girl calls me up, and we talk for a couple minutes, and immediately she knew I was high. Man, you smoking weed? You knew you had that job interview coming up, and they're going to drug test you, and you're going to fail, and you ain't going to get this job. And so she's going off on me, and then she blows my high. Anybody who smokes weed know when somebody just blows your high, you angry. You like, man. So I tell my brother to drop me off, and so I start going off on her like, yo, you don't be blowing my high like that, blah blah blah. So we had this big fight, man, and I'm standing on the porch smoking a cigarette, and God pulls me outside of myself and gives me this very intricate vision. I'm looking at myself in the dark, can't see. I'm walking around in the dark, can't see. And I'm gonna try to hit this, and I really want y'all to understand that God wants a relationship. He wants all mankind saved, but he knows only a few of us will get it. You know what I'm saying? Only a few of us will get it. When I saw the vision, I misinterpreted it, but now I understand it, But anyway, so I'm in the dark, I'm feeling around, and I can't see anything, and a light shines from behind me. And I see the light shine from behind me, and I can kind of see where I'm at. So I'm like, where's that light coming from? So I turn and I look into the light, and I'm like, oh wow, hey, I see some light. So I start walking towards it, and as I'm walking towards it, my hands are in front of my vision, and I notice they got black like mud slime or something on them, and so I stop and I start trying to get it off, and it won't come off. And I'm like, what the world? I'm like, why I can't get this black nasty off of me? And so the light comes towards me, and it's getting brighter. And as it comes closer, the ick just like melts off of me. The closer the light gets, the more it melts off of me until there's none on me. And then the light comes inside of me. And then once the light comes inside of me, I turn around and I illuminate all the area where I turn to. And I can see like the terrain, I can see the people, and some of the people see the light and they're drawn to it. They're coming like, oh man, the same way I was drawn to the light. Like the light drew me. But some people see the light and they slink back wherever it's dark at, and they get back into the darkness. And I run into the house and I tell my wife, yo, God just showed me a vision. It spoke to me. I'm supposed to be a pastor. I'm not smoking no more. I'm not drinking no more. I'm not smoking no more weed, no more cigarettes, all of that. I'm done. And so she thinking I'm crazy, talking outside of my neck. But the next day, how I knew it was a divine encounter is because like me and my girlfriend at the time, wife now, we would always smoke cigarettes together. We bought 100s, and one would smoke the short and the other one would pass it to him. So she gets up to have that morning cigarette. I had no inkling to go out there with her whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? Not even the smallest desire to go out there and join her for a cigarette. And that continued. Like, I had no desire for cigarette. And didn't drink anymore, even though she continued on drinking and smoking, not as heavy with the drinking because she was a social drinker, so her boyfriend not drinking with her, so she really wasn't big on the drinking, but she would do it on occasion. And so I didn't drink anymore. And then like with the weed smoke, I didn't smoke anymore. I can remember my brother coming up one day, he's rolling a blunt in front of me like, you ain't want none of this? Nah, bro, I'm good. And so he's blowing the smoke at me, and I'm backing up like, yo, what you doing that for, man? That's not cool. So, God intervened and proved to me he was real. And by proving he was real, my walk changed. Now, as a 40-year-old man, God has really come into my life and given me a new perspective. And that's why my ministry, No Fans, Just Fam, I'm superbly focused on making sure that anyone attached to me is a part of the family. You got your divine encounter. You have your understanding of the will of the Father, and you're moving forward. We're all moving together. That's my heart's desire, for all of us to be moving together. So please follow me on any of my platforms. Follow my website, brothajohnson.com, brothajohnson.com. You can follow my ministries. I share other ministries that I really stand behind. I also share my home church that I'm a partner with. A lot of stuff on my website. Follow me on Instagram if you want a part of the Why Rap series. I go in depth into my backstory, and then from my backstory, I'm climbing into the transition from unsaved to saved, so you can see that massive difference. This has been a pleasure. I thank my brother for shouting out and giving me this opportunity to share my testimony. A lot going on with this brother right here. I came out of nowhere to a lot of people, man, and I got a lot more I want to do, and I got a lot more in my heart, and I know God has a lot more for me. Y'all be blessed. This is such a blessing. God bless.